Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit. Today, I'm going to attempt to start a new series called Will It Air Fry? And in this series, we're going to find out what you can and what you can't cook in an air fryer. We all know an air fryer isn't a fryer at all. Well, at least we all should know it's not a fryer. An air fryer is nothing more than a compact convection oven. Lots of people have the full-size ones in their house. So technically, you should be able to cook anything in an air fryer that you can cook in a conventional oven or convection oven. But sometimes you don't have access to a stovetop or an oven, like if you're in a dorm room, a hotel room, or you're a truck driver. So picture yourself in one of those situations, and you want to cook something that you have to use a stovetop or an oven, and all you have is an air fryer. I jokingly mentioned something about cooking soup in the air fryer. Well, a lot of you, the people, seem to like the idea, and a lot of you went as far as asking me to cook soup in the air fryer. Well, it is my duty to please you, the people. So that's what I'm going to do today, and if this doesn't work, I'm going to try the live animal next. So, my wife and I were in the mood last night, and we decided to make a video. Alright people, get your minds out of the gutter. We were in the mood for soup and grilled cheese. And since you, the people, requested we try soup in the air fryer, that's what we're going to do with a bonus grilled cheese sandwich. Let's make the grilled cheese first. Starting off with a piece of one of my favorite store-bought breads, Pepperidge Farm 15 grain. Which is amazing for grilled cheese and it's nice and hearty. Followed by a slice of Munster cheese. Next is what takes this grilled cheese to a whole new level. I grew up in North Carolina and I love pimento cheese and pimento cheese sandwiches. But once you start adding pimento cheese with your grilled cheese, you'll never make a regular grilled cheese again. It turns a regular grilled cheese sandwich into a rich and creamy and extra delicious grilled cheese. And if you've never had pimento cheese, I highly recommend you give it a try. And then we added one more slice of Munster cheese, and finally, the top piece of 15 grain bread. Now that's going to be a hearty sandwich. Now grilled cheese are usually pan-fried in butter, or slathered with mayonnaise and then pan-fried. I really don't like the mayonnaise version, and technically these are not going to be fried. So since these aren't going to be fried, we just put a whole bunch of pads of butter on top. Then with the basket removed, it goes into the air fryer. And then we started off at 350 degrees for 2 minutes. And just to be on the safe side, we checked it at 1 minute, and I was glad we did, because the vortex blew the bread and all the butter off. And you can see all the melted butter on the bottom now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So my wife went ahead and added some more butter to the top. At this point I realized I was thinking more about cooking the soup than I was the sandwich, and I wish I would have left the basket in for the sandwich. So once it was buttered back up, it went back into the air fryer at 350 degrees for 1 to 2 minutes. Come follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up with foods I cook and eat that I don't video, and a lot of other things that I do that I don't video. After cooking in the air fryer for 2 minutes at 350 degrees, this is what our grilled cheese looked like. And it's not very golden brown in the middle, but I wanted to go ahead and flip it anyway, because the outsides where the crust is were starting to get a little bit dark. And I did not want to burn this. So once we flipped it, we added more butter. And no, it's not too much butter. It's not even enough butter. For me, you can never have enough butter on a grilled cheese. Then it went back in the air fryer at 350 degrees for 2 to 3 more minutes. After a total cooking time of 5 minutes, I'm calling our grilled cheese done. Again, the crust is starting to get really dark, and I don't want it to burn. And I can't really explain why it's getting overdone on the outside and not on the top. But again, I think I was thinking too much about cooking the soup, and I didn't really put enough thought into cooking the grilled cheese in the air fryer. And I'm thinking I should have left the basket in. Once we cleaned up the inside of the air fryer, alright, wait a minute. I didn't have any part of cleaning up the air fryer. My wife did it. So I cannot take credit for it. This was the part that actually had me a little bit nervous. The liquid in the air fryer. I wasn't sure how the air was going to affect the liquid, and I was honestly afraid that it's going to suck it up into the element and the fan. And after that, I didn't know what would happen. So I made sure the camera was on the air fryer. We started off at 1 minute at 350 degrees. After the first minute, it was just barely warm. So we put it back in for another minute. 2 minutes in, it was a little bit warmer. Then after 4 minutes, it was warm enough for me, which seemed like a long time to heat up a can of soup. But I didn't fry my air fryer from cooking soup in it, which was what really had me nervous. If you want to see more of a variety of things cooked in the air fryer like today's video, hit that like button and leave me a comment what you'd like to see me cook next. So after we plated it up, I had to put the obligatory pat of butter in my tomato soup. I know you guys are thinking I eat more butter than Paula Deen. And this Progresso Hearty tomato soup is by far my favorite tomato soup in a can. So I gave it a taste. And you're not going to believe this. It tasted just like tomato soup. Next I tried the grilled cheese. And it certainly looks good. But when I took a bite, I was disappointed. The Munster cheese hadn't melted at all. But thank God it had the pimento cheese in it, because that made it still taste great. Then of course you gotta dip your grilled cheese in your tomato soup. And of course that's delicious. So here's my thoughts about cooking grilled cheese and tomato soup in the air fryer. Did it air fry? Well, yeah, it did, but it sure could have been a whole lot better. I was definitely more disappointed with the sandwich than I was the soup. I guess the bread can't take the heat on the outside without burning too quickly, and that just doesn't give the cheese enough time to melt. And the soup just took way too long to heat up. But it didn't make a big mess like I thought it would. So back to what I said in the beginning. If you're in a dorm room, a motel room, or you're a truck driver, and all you have is an air fryer, it will work, it'll get the job done, but nothing's going to beat a grilled cheese made in a cast iron skillet and a nice piping hot bowl of tomato soup. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends.